Alright guys, 3D Studio Max started, project file loaded, let's get into it. So, first of all, I'm gonna make an overview of the materials that we're gonna use. As simple as the materials will be. So, first of all, we have the walls, okay, which would be white, like cement, and this would be yellowish, something like can create very similar to cement also. And we're gonna have wood for the doors, okay, and this gate over here, maybe I'm gonna use metal, maybe, but I think the doors are not appropriate, so Riot, my friend, makes some mistakes, I think, but doesn't matter. For the window boards, we're gonna use blurred middle and here reflective windows, okay, so it will be more like mirror, okay. Then we're gonna see how to create grass for our model. So this I'm gonna use only grass here because this holes here, right, said that it will be not in the mold, so it will be only grass. And we have here, and this will be completely of cement, so we have this to go here. So okay, and what we can do is create grass here over this part here and let the other parts with some cement, as we like. So switch back to the V-Ray physical camera number 2 and let's get started. First of all, I'm gonna show you a nice website or good website where you can check out some materials, and it's V-Ray material, v-ray-material.de, and it's a very interesting website providing a lot of materials. You can see how we have also like 136 pages of each page contain approximately, so 1 2 1 2 3 6 7, like 40 material by page, and just make the countdown and you'll have it. And it's also classified by categories, so we have architectural, automotive, cloth, food, etc. And you can sort by name, user, rating, vote. I always do by rating and votes, which provide a nice choice of materials. So after that, let's get started. So press M to open the material editor and let's get started. Okay, M. So here we have two maps. I'm gonna clear this one because we don't even need it. And name your material, please. Here it's the V-Ray sky. Okay, and here I think it's our, what is it? So yes, it's for applied for the whole house. So let's name it default. Okay, and this one will be the walls. Okay. So open up the selection or the select from scene, and we have to select all what concerns the walls. So first of all, what we need to do is zoom in a little bit, okay, in the perspective view, and check that we have selected all the walls. Okay, oops, zoom in. So click away and select this, the walls, so we can, it's a bit tricky, I admit, but I want to shut off the sun first because I don't want to be okay, something like this first. Okay, let's select the walls. Okay, I'm gonna apply a strange color to it just to check if it's okay. Apply, and here you can see that we have almost all. So press G to disable the brackets, and I'm gonna disable all the cameras also. So, and the lights, I'm gonna hide them. Okay, so this is okay, and hide selection. So the cameras also set oops, okay, and hide selection. So we are only with the V-Ray physical camera. So we have also to select the other parts. Okay, so let's think is just okay. I have some problems because Riot didn't name it all right. It's layers, so I have to select one by one, which is really no breaks the workflow, you know. And I really recommend you users of 3D, if you work with AutoCAD or something like this, just name properly your layers so you won't have problems after that. So select all the parts of the that you think will be so, and just be sure to don't select all the parts. So I'm gonna select all these things here. So okay, and apply color. Oops, apply color, apply color. Okay, so we have nice. Also, I'm gonna show you some tricks. If I always don't recommend using, for an example, if you have a material or that two objects in the scene would share, don't apply it to both. For an example, this wall will be in same in cement or concrete. So I'm not gonna use this to this material for this, because in any time when we would use the UVW map or something like this, you have to apply it for each one, and this would be tricky. Why? Because if you apply it to this one and you apply a UVW modifier to this one, it would be okay. Now if you apply it to this one, it would not be okay, because the material is primarily based for this object and not this one. Okay, I hope you understand, because my English I know, but just try to follow me as I so just see what's that. Okay, yes, I see what it is. So here we have also middle, so just to be sure, and here I would also apply it. So this all the walls, I think we have selected all the walls. Okay, I think it's alright. So oops, here over there. Okay, I'm gonna select this one and apply. I think we are alright. Now we can start working our material. So back to the V-Ray physical camera number 2, and let's get started. So for the start, I'm gonna choose a basic color of cement. I would choose mid-gray, between gray and yellowish. So I'm gonna go really down and move a little bit to yes, and I'm gonna stick this color here. Okay, if you would want to pick the values, go on. And what I want to do is add a noise map. Okay, a noise map, and show it on the viewport. So what we need to do now is I want to adjust the if you look here pretty close, you'll find these cells, what I call cells. Adjust it so we can get something more realistic, and put it to like 1. Okay, so we have really small grains which will simulate our cement, and now put it to 2 maybe, and you'll find that we have some problems there with the walls here, that we have stretching areas, and this will be adjusted by using a UVW modifier. And this is what I was talking about, and applying materials to same objects. So just take the blur to 0 or something, 001, so we get nice sharp edges. Nice sharp edges. And you can use also choose fractal or turbulence, but I'm gonna use just fractal here, which is good. Change the value to something like gray, dark gray. Okay, let's test render and see how it would look like. Okay, let's see what we have to adjust, and also I'm now reactivate all the lightning so we can see. So enable all, okay, enable all, okay, and I'm gonna select the V-Ray Sun and reactivate it, okay, and do a render and see how it will look like. So we don't want it to be as much gray, just a little bit, and we have this zone here, it's a little bit gray, so we need to adjust it, and we want the grayness to be more smaller, okay. So let's do this. So here I'm gonna zoom a little bit just to see better the objects here, and this will be, if I take my last render, oops, did it make it with, yes, if I show my last render, you can see that they are a little bit too big, so I want to do this in the half. So I'm now divide this value by 2, or maybe by let's do 1 and put a lighter gray, okay, so we can have something more interesting. So back to whatever is called camera 2 and render. I'm gonna pause until it renders. Okay, what we can see here is that our materials has almost disappeared, so we have to play with the colors. Now it's too much lighter and they are too much small, so I'm gonna just get a midi gray color here, okay, and try and give this a render and see how it goes, okay. So here I think we begin to start have something, and which is this really mid gray or light gray color that I really like. And here if I zoom a little bit and do a render, okay, if I have a nicer view, maybe here just the very camera number 2, 3, 4, just by pressing C you can open this dialog box, okay. I think the camera number 1, no, let's take the number 3 and zoom in a little bit so we can see better how our texture would look like, okay, in really close renderings. I pause the video and see you later. And this is how it will look like. I really like it, but we have to uniform all this because it's really ugly. We have here some big parts and here smaller parts. So all we need to do is, I found a nice option that I didn't notice before in the material editor, which is if you right click you have select by material, and it will select all the objects having this material. So really useful in some cases, and it shows you what's the materials or the layers that have this material. So the layers that have this material, yes, alright, okay. Click on it, and I'm gonna use the UVW map instance it. So okay, press UVW map and I'm gonna choose box and fit. Okay, here we'll have a nice image. So let's give it another try rendering so we can see if it's almost right or not. I'll pause the video. Yes, it's really good. Now we have some interesting texture here. We can just adjust here the width, okay, so we can have the same properties as this one. So let's play with the UVW mapping parameters. So play with the width. I would take this one a little bit smaller, okay. So try just these values. I think just play until you have something really good. Now let's play with the width, the length, so we have pretty much the same size, okay. So something like this, a little bit more, okay. Something like this would be very cool, okay, very nice. And for the height I'm gonna choose something like this, okay. I think it's alright. Now let's just switch back to the very camera number 3, yes, and get back so to the first position, and back to V-Ray physical camera number 2. We can see that it's almost right everywhere, so let's give it a try. I'll pause the video. Yes, really nice. You can see how it's doing it well. Really beautiful. I like it very much, and I didn't expect to have a nice result like this. Also, the lightning is for biggest part. The lightning is the main source of the material, so if your lighting is good and the materials are good, you'll have a nice looking rendering. So there is no way. Okay, let's continue our materials by using a bump map. And to use a bump map, what we need to do, I'll explain a little bit. If we came here and take a better look to our map here, and you can see that the black areas will be inner and the white areas will be outer. So you can use the default this map or just invert the colors, so we have more bump or something like this. So I'm gonna use it here. So I'm gonna click drag drop on the bump map and choose it as a copy. So we want to parameter the two differently, separately. And here, if I take the bump higher, you'll see what happens, and we get something really weird. So at 100%, we get something pretty much grainy, and at 50% or 50, we get something real nice. And if we try to do a test render, I'll pause the video. Let's take a better look, and I think it wouldn't be visible at this. Here you can see it in the shadows, maybe. Here you can see a little bit, but not as much. So it's maybe it will be more visible in HD rendering, but until now it's okay. So let's try HD and see how this would be. So in the command, I'm just to show you, because I want really show you something really interesting with the bump map. It can provide a new whole dimension to your image. So I'll pause the video until it finishes. Okay, the rendering took a little bit time, okay, to render out. So I don't think how it takes really, but it take a lot to like 218 seconds, okay. But let's see how many problems do we have here. And the first problem I notice is that we have a little bit too bigger dots here, or cells, or noise. And if you take a closely look here, you can see that these aren't really matching these. So what we need to do is adjusting the size of the noise and also playing with the UV map, so to match all these things. Okay, so let's do it right now. I'm gonna press in M and F10, so we have a nice time rendering an image. So press P, so we change the to perspective, and in the diffuse slope map, I'm gonna just draw a little bit the percentage, so like 70 will be fine. Now for the bump also, I'm gonna choose like 35 or 40. Okay, and let's see how can we adjust this with the UVW mapping. Okay, I think it's a problem of with more. So something that really matches what we have, okay, something like this would be very nice. Okay, and also in the height, something really simple, and something, yes, that really matches, just to don't notice the difference. Okay, and now I think we are set to render again. So perspective, physical camera 2, and render. And this problem with material, so we have to do a lot of renders to see how it would look like once it finished. So I'll pause the video. Yes, I think it's really good now, and we have small amount of noise, and I want to do it again in HD and see how it will look like, but I think it's gonna take some time to render, and so just see a little part of the building, okay? Just a little part and see how it will look like, and if the cells or the noise is pretty good size, then if you have to adjust it or not. So just you have an idea, and I want 150-50 if you want to, of 50% of noise and 50% of diffuse. And you can see that also we have again, I think, this problem here, and we want to be more smaller, and this is just a problem of irradiance map, and it's not because of the noise. So I think it's almost good now, just to adjust this, and okay. So and let's play again with the we have to adjust it quite late, so in order to have something realistic. If you get higher, and it will not look like realistic at all. So I think like this it will be very good. Okay, check all over the places so you have a nice idea. Yes, pretty good. I think pretty good. Now I want to apply this to this the same material, I think, because it's one of the walls part. Okay, and switch back to very physical camera number 2, and I think the walls are pretty easy to work with, and that's okay. Now let's do the yellowish parts which is there, which yes, let's do it. Okay, so I'll pause the video. Oh, just to find something really interesting, a nice material. So you have to, if you want to search for resources here, you can type like cement, something really easy, and you can see in the images how it would look like or cement. You can add some color if you want to yellow, see, or you can create your own on Photoshop. I think it would not give something really interesting here, or can create, okay, just to have some ideas of what it would look like. And we are searching for something like this really interesting texture here. We can use it, but I don't know if the user authorizes us to use it as texture or not, or in our own creation. Just inspire yourself, and yeah, you can see something like this is very, I think, yes, very interesting to work with. So let's go back to 3D Studio Max. Okay, I think I'm not bold the texture, and I finally decided to make this also with concrete. Okay, so we'll add this texture, and okay, and you can see, and this is the problem what I was talking about, and you have here weird material, and it would not look even realistic. So I'll add a UVW map for these two here, okay, and check if we can have yes, and these two here, okay, apply to them. This, I think here it's yes, let's apply them actually. You can see that we have really strange results here, and this only because yes, something like this, and add a UVW mapping modifier so we can play with it. Box, I'm gonna hit fit and just try to get something interesting. Okay, so try to fit the best you can the walls there, okay, and this is the height, okay, and the width, I think I'm getting it a little bit smaller, something like this would be very interesting. maybe bigger, the dots, so need to increase it a little bit. And okay, yes, this will be very nice. Yes, really interesting. Let's see. Thinking the width, it could be best if we take it a little bit size down. Okay, yeah, something like this is very cool. Now back to the camera number 2. Let's work on the yellow part. Okay, and I'll reserve this one to the video number just before after. So see you in next video.